Hi guys, this is Mike at tabletby.com, and we're here with two ebook readers. We have the new generation Kindle, the Kindle 4G, which was launched right now in 2011, and the previous generation, the Kindle 3. As you probably know, this has been rebranded. It's still available and it's called the Kindle Keyboard and comes a little bit cheaper than it did before. And this one, it's available in stores, can be bought, and it's the new generation, like I said. Both are available internationally, and in the US they come with some cheaper versions that offer ads. So they're ad subsidized version. In order to get them cheaper, you're going to have to deal with some of the ads. I can't show you those because these devices are the international versions, so they won't offer those ads. Okay, first of all, both of these are ebook readers, 6-inch with 6-inch screens, e-ink displays meant to display black and white images. Sorry, and they come with 16 shades of gray, so they can display pictures besides written content, and they're both pretty much the entry-level readers available right now on the market. Neither of them comes with a touch screen. They rely on buttons to be used daily. Okay, let's start with having a quick comparison of the two, and we're going to put this one on top of the other, and you're going to notice that the newer generation is a lot more compact than the older one. It's narrower, it's shorter, and in terms of thickness it's pretty much the same. They both go for like 0.3 or something, or 0.35 actually inches in thickness. In terms of weight though, this one, the newer generation, goes for 6 ounces, while this one weighs 8.5 ounces for the Wi-Fi only and nearly 9 ounces for the 3G version. So definitely a lot lighter, the new generation, and you will feel this when carrying it around. It's definitely more comfortable to use this one. It's even lighter than the regular book, so it's great for traveling. Plus, because it's more compact, you can easily use it like this, hold it in landscape, while in this case you had this keyboard in your way, so it wasn't that comfortable to read while holding the tablet, the rebook reader, in landscape as it is on the new device. Okay, so now let's go ahead and have a quick look on the sides. We're going to get back to the front in the end, and on the back what you have here are speakers on this one, on the new generation Kindle. On the older generation, sorry, Kindle, while the new generation no longer has speakers. And going on the bottom, you're going to notice that on the new device you have a power button, the status LED, and a mini USB connector. On the old device you had the power button and the screen lock latch, and you also had the mini USB, you had the power LED, and you had a headphone, 3.5mm headphone, and a volume rocker, because this one had speakers while this one no longer has them. And those are pretty much all the things. Nothing on the top, nothing on the sides, besides of course the buttons. You have the buttons for turning the pages for the next and the previous page, and you can see that they've been redesigned on the new version. They're slightly better integrated with the edges than they were on the older device, and that makes them a little bit less stiff. This were a little bit stiffer. For instance, I had to press them more firmly in order to get the command, while on this one you don't have to press that firmly. But this could be a bit of a problem because they might accidentally press. Still, I don't feel this is the case, and I like the new approach. It's actually quite nice. Okay, let's turn off the screen again. And on the front page, like I said, the same e-ink display, 6-inch in diagonal, displays 16 shades of gray. So both only will display black and white colors. Black and white images, sorry, they're not colors. Neither comes with a touchscreen, they're both button operated. And you can see that on this one, the older generation, now called the Kindle Keyboard, there is a keyboard, a QWERTY keyboard, while on this one you only have 4 buttons and the D-pad, which was inherited from the previous generation. And those buttons are the back button, the keyboard button, menu, home, and the D-pad. While on this one you had the keyboard and you had an alt button, this one for adjusting fonts, del, enter, symbol, home, menu, back, and the D-pad. So this one is definitely better if you're trying to type things. On this one it's a little bit more complicated, and we're going to show you this. Let's power both of these devices, and on both you can see that the home screen, which looks like this, is identical. They show you what you got on your device, latest editions, latest books you've read. You had on this one, you also have audio. You can see here this one does not support audio. Both offer support for Amazon store, so you'll have to connect both to Amazon. You have Kindle store in here. However, this one, the new one, has a couple of extra options and a couple of things that it lacks. It lacks over the previous generation. Let me zoom in a little bit and maybe we can have a look here. Okay, so first you can see that this one comes with screen rotation. So it's quite nice because you are able to rotate the screen on your home page and in your browser, while on this one you couldn't do that. So you can, oh sorry, it's not a touch screen. I'm so used to tablets these days. So you can turn it like this, and now you have the home screen in landscape mode, and it will get the same in your browser, but I'm going to show you the browser later. Okay, let's have it back now. Screen rotation like this. Okay, and you also have the settings, and in settings I'm going to show you some of the differences. They're pretty much the same. However, the new generation has this thing, device language, which allows you to set the Kindle in different languages. You have Deutsch, English, United Kingdom, and the United States, Espanol, Francais, Italiano, and Portuguese. So they also come with dictionaries for each of these languages, while on this one you only have English, US English. And of course, what you have had on the previous generation and you don't have on this one is voice guidance, because this one no longer has speakers. But you have the dictionaries, like I said, and you can change the default dictionary and choose Oxford for Oxford and or the American or English edition for the English language. And if you're going to select one of those other languages, it will automatically choose one of the dictionaries available from this list, dictionaries for each of those languages. So those are some of the changes. Now let's go back on the home and let's go to experimental, and you're going to notice that on this one you had text-to-speech, you had MP3 playing, and you also have the web browser, and on this one you only have the web browser. So let's go ahead and launch the browsers. They're pretty much identical, and I'm going to load, for instance, New York Times, and I'm going to show you some of the changes on this particular new page. Both connect through Wi-Fi right now, but this one, the older generation, comes with a 3G version. This one does not, so there's only a Wi-Fi only version for this one. Both can display only static content and images, and what you had on the previous generation is this feature. Sorry for that. Is this feature, which is called font size. You have it on the new generation. And you also have screen rotation, what you didn't on the previous. You'll have zoom in and zoom out on both of them. And in this type, you can adjust the width of the screen, and you can also rotate it and better watch pages. You can watch pages in landscape mode if you want to, like you can on the tablet. You also have bookmarks on both of them. However, on this one you could have bookmarked a page by pressing Alt B. Okay, let's press zoom in. I should show you the Alt B should bookmark it, I believe. But on this one you have to bookmark a page manually. Just press menu, set bookmark this page, and it's going to be displayed in bookmarks. No list of bookmarks, and it goes like this. And both have this nice feature called article page. Let me wait for it to load. Once it's loaded, you have this article mode, and you will be able to read the article like you can on a book. So it just gets the content from the site without the graphics on the site and the ads, and this shows you, allows you to display that content in here. It would have been nice to be able to save this and read them later, but I believe you don't. You can't actually do this. Okay, let's go back to home once again, and okay, this is it. Now let's go ahead and open a regular book from the Amazon Kindle store, and we have some books here, and they offer pretty much the same features. They both have cursors, and on the bottom you will get dictionary, and you can select content by pressing the D-pad button in the middle and holding it and moving the cursor. You can add notations, and you can share things. However, there is one thing on this one. You can see that on the older generation, each page refresh would get this fade to black effect. It turns the entire page black and then goes like this. Some of you really hated this effect. That's why on the new generation you don't get that effect that often. It goes for once every 6 to 8 pages or something, and in the middle of this interval you get this kind of refreshing. It's no longer taking you to this black screen. So this is something that some of you guys might actually like. Of course, both these devices handle Amazon proprietary content from the Amazon store, and let me go ahead and show you the Amazon store. Have to go to home and press menu on both of these, and there is shop in Kindle store, shop in Kindle store, and these are all the types of content you can get. On this one you had the audiobooks. You can see here you had the audiobooks options. On this one you don't. Plus, if you're living in the US, both will get access to some extra types of content that will be listed here under featured, including games and some kind of promotions, sales, and different books and types of content. In Europe they seem not to be available, and that's one thing you should know. Besides this, you can easily get content on both of them. Just go surf, pick a book, and you then have the option to buy it, try a sample, add it to wish list. It's quite easy. However, when trying to search for something on this one, it's quite easy. You just have to, for instance, let's say we're searching for Harry Potter book, and you're going to use the keyboard and press search store, and it should work. Okay, so we have the Harry Potter books. If you want to do the same things on this one, it's a little bit more complicated. You're going to first have to press the keyboard button, and you're going to have this and select each of the key individually, and write the entire thing, and then press search in store. Luckily there are some suggestions here, so I can choose one of the suggestions, the Harry Potter suggestion, and it will work. But back to the keyboard, you can see that it's a little bit complicated to use because you have to go to each of these options and select it individually. So if you're trying to use this for typing, or for instance for browsing or posting commentaries and stuff like this, this is going to be quite an awful experience. The keyboard, it will be quite useful. However, if you only use the keyboard scarcely from time to time, this feature, lack of feature actually, won't be that much of a problem. Okay, so both support Amazon Kindle content. They also support PDFs, and I have a PDF file on both of them. Let me go ahead and open it. And on both you have this. Okay, let's go back. So these are PDF files, and on both you can easily, on this one you have a dedicated button to adjust brightness and to make it fit to screen, and contrast and screen rotation. On this one you have to go to the menu and go to zoom and contrast in order to do the same thing, plus these that are not available, they're hidden. So it's hidden actually, they're hidden, so it's actually quite an improvement. But both can actually play this types of content, PDF files. It will take a little bit longer on both to actually open these files for the first time, because they need to cache them in their memory. But after all, you'll be able to easily go back and open all this kind of content. And of course on this one you had MP3 files. You could add MP3 files, for instance this one. Let's play. So it's playing right now using the speakers, and you could have used the headphone and listen to music while actually reading your books. This one you don't have this feature. Okay, so those were pretty much all the things I wanted to show you about these two particular ebook readers. Should also tell you a couple of things about prices. So the Kindle, the new generation, starts at $79. Sorry, that's for the ad-supported version available in the US. The international version or the US non-ad supported version goes for $110. In the UK it goes for £89. So it's a little bit more expensive. That one ships internationally, like I said, and it's this particular version. You'll have to add a couple of bucks extra for the shipping, and their delivery system is quite fast. It took me like 3 days to have it here in Europe from the moment I ordered it. This one is the Kindle right now available as Kindle Keyboard. It's identical to the one we had here. This one was bought last year, and it was the third generation at the time. Now it's called the Kindle Keyboard, and it comes at a price starting at $99 for the Wi-Fi only version with ads. The version without ads, or the one available internationally, it's $139. And if you want the international version with 3G, actually, that one is $189. Details on prices you will find in the description below, and also on the site on Tablet Byte there is a link towards the written description, towards the written comparison between these two below. There are also some other details I should add, and that those speak about memory and about battery life. So this one comes with 2 GB of storage space. This one comes with 4 GB of storage space. Out of this space, some is used by the operating system of both these devices. So bottom point on this one, you can store like 1500 books, at least that's what they say, but expect to be able to store a couple of hundreds. And on this one you can store twice as many, but since this one supported MP3s, you could have easily gotten the memory full on your Kindle with those a lot easier than you can on this one. So it's not really a problem that you have half the amount of storage space on the new generation Kindle. Plus, on both of them you can delete content from the Kindle, but it will be stored and backed up automatically on your online account through Amazon's cloud services. And if you want, you can then go there and re-get the content on your device from your online account. And there are also details on battery life. This one should last up to 2 months on one charge, and this one should last up to 1 month on one charge. And considering previous experience with the Kindle, this one, the Kindle 3G, now the keyboard, it will only last for like 3 to 4 weeks or something, around 3 maybe. If you're not going to use it that much, for like 1-2 hours per day, maybe listening to some songs, but not that often. And if you're going to turn Wi-Fi off, because Wi-Fi is the greatest power consumer on this one. As you probably know, the screen, it doesn't require any energy unless you really have to change the image on it, and even so it will eat very little battery. So on this one you should expect probably half on what this one is getting, so maybe around 2 weeks with average daily use, 1-2 hours of reading content, as long as you don't use Wi-Fi that much. Still, on both of them, excellent battery life, so this will be great travel companions. Okay, so I would say those are pretty much all the things I wanted to show you about the two Amazon Kindles available right now. There will be another one. It's going to be the Amazon Kindle Touch, which should be placed in terms of size right between these two. It will be a little bit bigger than this one, but smaller than this one, also lighter than this one and heavier than the entry level. It will go for $149, I believe, and it'll come with a touch screen. It won't have a keyboard anymore, but it will have a similar screen in terms of size, but with touch commands. So will be quite nice, but that will be available later this year, and it will only sell in the US, at least for starters. Like the Amazon Kindle Fire will only sell in the US only as well. Okay, so for more details on both this, you should go on the site on tabletbuy.com. We're going to have the written comparison between these two, plus details on where you can buy them. If you liked our clip, you should of course press thumb up, subscribe on our content, and should also come with these conclusions. My personal conclusions are that both of these devices are actually very good. I prefer the older Kindle reader because I like to on the 3G version of the reader, I like to go online. You know that the 3G version offers free online connectivity in all the supported countries, so I can go online and read blogs wherever I would be for free, and that's something very nice. I can comment, I can go on social services, and that's why I need a keyboard. But for reading, this one is a little bit better. If you want a device only for reading content, this one is better because it's lighter and it's easier to carry, and it's also cheaper actually. If you want to buy something like this right now, it's cheaper. So if you have this version, I don't see a purpose to actually getting the new version. You're just fine with this one. Actually, it comes with more features, comes with, like I said, 3G, and it comes with speakers and audio abilities. This one does not, but if you don't, you can easily consider between the two and see which one is better suited to your needs. This one is $20 cheaper. This one offers a couple of extra features, so it's really up to you. Okay, that was it for now. Mike with the Kindle Reader 4th generation. 4th generation launched in 2011, and the Kindle Reader 3rd generation launched in 2010 and rebranded now as Kindle Keyboard. Thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you liked our work.